The US has exempted Hungary from sanctions on Russian oil and gas for a year. Now, how does this affect the credibility of America's sanctions policy?
Yes, well, one thing we've seen with President Trump is that he is very belligerent and very bold about his positions. So it's unusual that we went from just a couple of months ago, President Trump insisting that the EU stop buying Russian oil, that they adhere to their wartime commitments. And indeed, Trump was saying, why should the United States sanction this oil when the European Union countries are not willing to? So Trump appeared to put his foot down. However, Hungary is different. Both Hungary, Romania, Hungary is landlocked. They rely on Russia for their oil. Their Druzhba pipeline supplying their oil has been under attack from Ukraine as a way for Ukraine to try to pressure Hungary into a more extreme position. However, Hungary has been very diplomatic. They rely on Russia for oil. They say they do not want poor relations. And indeed, Hungary's Viktor Orban has been one of the voices of calm and neutrality, trying to push for peace instead of an escalation of this war. And this meeting between Trump and Orban is significant because even though Trump is famously known for listening to the last person who has his ear and adopting the last person who has his ear's plan, Orban has made some very realistic assessments about this war, about Ukrainian capabilities, and about Russian capabilities, and the ultimate outcome of this war. So the meeting with Viktor Orban and Trump was very significant. It is one of the few times that Trump hears input, hears an opinion that is not Macron, Starmer, Merz, constant banging of the war drums, constant escalation. And indeed, it has become apparent that, well, we have known for a long time there is no way that Ukraine can win this war. They are clinging to the hopes of more NATO weapons, NATO troops entering Ukraine. Zelensky has had a very unrealistic view as to how this war will ultimately end. And events are moving faster now with the fall of Provkos. The town that I cannot pronounce in Ukrainian, Mienograd, as those towns fall and come under Russian control, the Ukrainian army will not be able to resupply. They will have to retreat further. And indeed, if once Russia gets control of the Donbass, then the hostilities will largely be over, and it will be time for the EU to sit down and negotiate some type of peace. However, the writing is on the wall, and this meeting with Viktor Orban is just one more sign of reality catching up to the war in Ukraine.